Sorry about that. We enter into the spirit of illumination with our prelude. Thank you. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Little Rock, where love is our teaching and service is our prayer. I'm Rebecca Retzel, currently serving as your Illumination coordinator. If you are a newcomer, we are so glad that you have chosen to be here and join us on a Sunday morning. While you are here, we hope that you will stop by the guest table in the foyer to pick up a guest card and some information about our church. Please note, in the insert in your order of service, there's a lot of stuff happening. So there's information here, and then also in the Friday weekly email that we welcome you all to sign up for. For your convenience, we have restrooms located next to the stairs in the RE wing, and there's also restrooms through the reception area down the stairs in the meadow wing. All the fire exits are clearly marked. 3 announcements for today. First of all, we're so excited to announce a little change in our food pantry. So we've been operating, there's a team that's been very active with Stevens Elementary with a food pantry, and they have made the decision to move to McDermott Elementary, which is our neighborhood elementary school, a community school with Sky, who we have already a great connection with. So they will continue serving Stevens through the end of this school year, and then operations will switch over next fall. So please be aware of the change, and maybe if it's something you want to get involved with now that it's a little closer to home. A note from Madam President Debbie, we are looking for 3 delegates to serve as our official voting members on the floor of General Assembly this year, which is being held in Baltimore. So the church is looking for 3 people who are interested. It's best to attend in person to get the full effect, but there is a virtual option as well. So if you are interested in being a delegate for UUCLR, please talk with Debbie after the service. Also, I am going to invite up to the podium our representative today, Paul from the Thea Foundation, if you'd like to come up. And are you going to come up and say a few words? Each second Sunday, UUCLR chooses a community organization to speak at our forum and share the good work that they're doing. We also will give all the cash offerings in our offertory plate today to support the work. And today we have the honor of having Paul from the Thea Foundation.
Gosh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me today. And Jenny, thank you for inviting me and honoring our daughter that way. Again, I'm Paul Leopoulos, and I'm one of the co-founders. My wife and I, Linda Leopoulos, and I started the foundation in 2001 in honor of our late daughter, Thea K. Leopoulos. Over the years, we have learned the importance of the arts in our kids' education from K through 12. And so our foundation caters to that. We have 3 major programs that support teachers and students in K through 12 public schools all over the state. We award, for any of you who have grandchildren or children that are going to be seniors next year in high school, we award 36 arts-centric scholarships in performing arts, visual arts, creative writing, film, and fashion design. And they're very hefty scholarships, from $10,000 down to $3,000. So please keep that in mind. We also have what we call Thea's Art Closet, and that supports teachers in their classrooms. We'll be sending out over $400,000 in grants to art teachers, drama teachers, music teachers, choir teachers, creative writing teachers. Any art-centric class in these schools need to be supported financially because, unfortunately, many school administrators don't. And if our daughter hadn't had gone to a school that had really great art programs, she would have never found out that she had a passion for math. She would have never found out that she loved to dance. She would have never found out that she could have much better relationships with all of her friends. That's just a few things the arts benefit when they're in education. So thank you so much for having me today. If you'd like to support us, we will absolutely appreciate it. Thank you very much.
After the service today, you are invited to gather with us in the Meadow Wing for coffee and conversation, and it is the second Sunday vegetarian potluck. So even if you didn't bring something, I'm sure there will be enough for all. Now I invite James Thompson, a longtime member of this church, to come forward and light our chalice. He will then lead us in the affirmation of covenant, which is printed in your order of service.
The chalice-laying words are by Kathy A. Huff. Divine spark from sacred dark, symbol of our holy intent, illuminate this hour. If you please stand.
Sure.
You stand now. Well, you can join me in this. You can stand up now. So that's not. Saying, love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other.
And stay standing if you would like to sing in our opening hymn, This is our Illumination song. These words were written, I'm pretty sure, by Ben Lovelace Chandler, who I call the founding father of Illumination, because it was his daughter who said, why don't we have a holiday of our own, as you use? So it is to the Green Sleeves tune, and Laurie will lead us. You may be seated.
The reading, the reading is entitled Invitation to the Journey by Lynn Cox. Come, you accidental pilgrims who find yourself on a journey of wonder and surprise. Come, you who emerge into this place as an act of liberation. Come, you who seek a life of mindfulness and a place to test your thoughts. Come, you who bring hearts of all kinds, heavy hearts, rusty hearts, open in revelation, broken, hearts full of love to share. Come, you who seek courage, and you who have more courage than you realize. Come, you who stand behind the curtain, gathering up the resources to claim your truth. Come, you have been in a bubble, you who are poised for transformation. We begin our story again, gathering courage, love, mindfulness, and a sense of purpose. We gather as people of all ages, of different abilities, different backgrounds, and different perspectives. We share a covenant, a direction for our shared journey, and a commitment to encourage and challenge one another to spiritual growth. This path will ask much from us. Let us move forward with love, move forward with appreciation for one another. Let us move forward knowing we are not alone. Whoever you are, Whatever your gifts, you are welcome to join this journey.
I now invite Marvin Schwartz to come forward, leading our time of milestones, meditations, joys, and concerns. This morning's setup looks a little different, so we'll invite you to choose a rock from below our chalice. At this time of the service, I'll be offering a meditative reading. We'll have a time of silence, and Laurie will break it with the music bringing us into Spirit of Life, which is hymn number 123 in your gray hymnal. This reading is by Jennifer Leota Gray. Embrace the night. Universal mystery, guide us away from the desire to shine light in all the corners. Teach us to embrace the night, for without the darkness, we may never see the stars.
Come we now out of the darkness of our unknowing and the dusk of our dreaming. Come we now from far places. Come we now into the twilight of our awakening and the reflection of our gathering. Come we now all together. We bring unilluminated our dark caves of doubting. We seek unbedazzled the clear light of understanding. May the sparks of our joining kindle our resolve, brighten our spirits, reflect our love, and unshadow our days. Come we now enter the dawning.
So today is part 2 of our 30th annual Illumination celebration. I am so glad many of you came out last Saturday for our fellowship event. We've just extended the whole holiday of light and illumination over 2 weeks, which has actually been quite fun. Thank you to everyone who's attended and who's participated. and made it feel festive both weekends. So as we continue this holiday of light, it's important to remember why we have this chalice at all. This morning I'm going to share words with you from Dan Hotchkiss. This is his writing entitled The Flaming Chalice. This flaming chalice has become a well-known symbol in our denomination. It unites our members in worship and symbolizes the spirit of our work. The flaming chalice combines two archetypes: a drinking vessel and a flame. And as a religious symbol, it has different meanings to different beholders. Sharing, generosity, sustenance, and love are some of the meanings symbolized by a chalice. A flame can symbolize witness, sacrifice, testing, courage, and illumination. The chalice and the flame were brought together as a Unitarian symbol by an Austrian artist, Hans Deutsch, in 1941. Living in Paris during the 1930s, Deutsch drew critical cartoons of Adolf Hitler. When the Nazis invaded Paris in 1940, he abandoned all he had and fled to the south of France, then to Spain, and finally, with an altered passport, into Portugal. There, he met the Reverend Charles Joy, Executive Director of the Unitarian Service Committee, the USC. Yes. The Service Committee was new, founded in Boston to assist Eastern Europeans, among them Unitarians, as well as Jews who needed to escape Nazi persecution. From his Lisbon headquarters, Joy oversaw a secret network of couriers and agents. The USC was an unknown organization in 1941. This was a special handicap in the cloak and dagger world, where establishing trust quickly across barriers of language, nationality, and faith could mean life instead of death. Disguises, signs, and countersigns, and midnight runs across guarded borders were the means of freedom in those days. Joy asked Deutsch to create a symbol for their papers, quote, to make them look official, to give them dignity and an importance to them, and at the same time, to symbolize the spirit of our work. When a document may keep a man out of jail, give him standing with governments and police, it is important that it look important. End quote. Thus, Hans Deutsch made his lasting contribution to the USC and, as it turned out, to Unitarian Universalism. With pencil and ink, that cartoonist drew a chalice with a flame. The flaming chalice design was made into a seal for the papers and a badge for agents moving refugees to freedom. In time, it became the symbol of Unitarian Universalism all around the world. The story of Hans Deutsch reminds us that the symbol of a flaming chalice stood in the beginning for a life of service. When Deutsch designed the flaming chalice, he had never seen a Unitarian or a Universalist church or ever heard a sermon. What he had seen was faith in action. People who were willing to risk all for others in a time of urgent need. The flaming chalice, like our faith, stands open to receive new truths that pass the test of reason justice, and compassion. As we spread the chalice flame to all of us here gathered today, I'm going to invite you to do something that might feel familiar if you come from a past religious practice. Instead of passing the peace today, I'm going to ask you and invite you, if you feel so moved, to stand and pass the light. Bless those who shine the light of courage. Bless those who shine the light of curiosity. Bless those who shine the light of contemplation. Bless those who shine the light of love. I invite you to stand and turn to a neighbor, to look into their eyes with respect and acknowledgement of the sacred, and to give and receive this message: your light is needed on this journey. I invite you to pass the light. We travel together on a search for meaning, having come from many different places and bringing many different gifts to share on this journey. Today, our Illumination celebration is a reflection on our path lights. Each one of us has traveled a journey. And along the way, I imagine there have been path lights. People shining a light to help you find your way, to stay on the path, or to explore a new path. Think for just a moment of your journey. Can you think of someone who was a path light along your way, who has helped you become where you are in this moment today? I'm going to extend an invitation for you to come forward, if you choose, to light a light for someone that you just thought of, to recognize that person or group of people that shined a light on your path at a critical time. In front of me, we have a whole line. I'll ask you to pick a candle from the bowl here, light it from the chalice, and then place it securely into one of the silver bowls. As you come up, you'll need to come to the top and then exit through the middle. So you'll come around and try, if you can, to be very careful around our table and our illumination tree at the end. The lights represented on our tree there are from our celebration last Saturday, where we lit lights for each other, for ourselves, and what we bring to the journey. I invite you now to come forward, as you feel so moved, to reflect upon those who have served as a key pathlight along your journey. Though we may never know the effect we have upon those who cross our path, I challenge you to embrace the responsibility and opportunity each of us has to also be a pathlight to others. We pause just to celebrate all of these pathlights who lead us from ourselves to the chalice, through adversity and joy. I got ahead of myself earlier, but it bears repeating. Being a pathlight does not require perfection. Though we may never know the effect we have on those who cross our path, I challenge you to embrace the responsibility and the opportunity each of us has to be a pathlight to others. May it be so. And now is the time in our service where I will invite our ushers to come forward to collect the gifts to our church. If your donation goes to your pledge, please indicate that on the check or envelope. And as a reminder, the cash donations in our plate today will go to support the good work happening with the Thea Foundation. And now please join in the response from the congregation, which is printed in your order of service, as we say, "These gifts from the abundance of our lives bless us, our ministries, our neighbor, and our world." I now invite you to join in a responsive reading with me, and it's not in your order of service because your line is this: we travel this road together. This is by Tess Bomberger. From the busyness of every day, we gather once a week to remember who we are, to dream of who we might become. As companions on this journey, we share our milestones along the way. Individual moments of joy and sorrow become shared moments of comfort and celebration. We share this journey across differences of belief and opinion because we value diversity and because we care for one another. Today, as we take the next steps, let us notice our fellow travelers, the burdens that they carry, the songs that inspire their hearts. As we gather in beloved community, let us open the holy havens of our hearts. Let us share the sacred places of our souls, for we are pilgrims who share a common path. We travel this road together. And if you would like to stand, please join in our final hymn, number 1028 in the teal hymnal, the good old favorite, Fire of Commitment. 1028. I invite Jamie back up to extinguish our chalice, but not before I take a picture. And our closing words are different today. In honor of Illumination, I would invite you to respond with the purple words written in your order of service. In a world filled with darkness of ignorance, let us bring the light of reason. In a world filled with the darkness of despair, may we share the light of hope. In a world filled with the darkness of hate, let us shine the light of love. Go forth and share your glorious light with the world. May it be namaste. Throw your caps. Happy Illumination!